Hello everyone, this is Sonic Goon, coach of the Lansdowne Guzzlords, here for week 8 of VPL season 6. This week my opponent is the Manhattan Mankey, coached by Aiden. Just a quick look at this team, I do actually have the matchup advantage. His fastest Pokemon is Garchomp at 1-2 speed, so I don't really have to run that much speed investment for things like my Tornasterian, and I just run max speed on both Gallade and Blacephalon, and I'm completely fine. If he's Scarf, he locks himself into a move, and I can deal with it with the plethora of my Pokemon. But the main issue is that the one issue I've been dealing with this entire season is I get destroyed by any good water type, and Feraligator's right there. If Feraligator sets up for any amount of time, I lose. If it gets one Dragon Dance off, I lose. So I have to prevent that from happening at all means all possible, which is easier said than done. But yeah, Celesteal is another menace to deal with because it's so freaking bulky and it's just annoying to break. And being immune to Toxic just means you can't even really wear it down. You have to punch through it. And I have a lot of ways of dealing with it, but they're not consistent. Rotom Heat, again, this mon isn't too scary. I have a thing called Nidoking that completely walls this, but it's offensively scary with like nasty plot now, but like the other Rotoms I've dealt with, I'm not too worried about this mon. Metagross, again, I don't really worry about it because I have this thing called Nidoking that outspeeds it. I also have this thing called Blacephalon that outspeeds it, and Gallade that outspeeds it, and Torn that outspeeds it. You get what I'm putting down. I don't think Metagross is all that scary this game because I outspeed it. Mega Sableye, just like Celesteal, is really, really annoying to break. Magic Bounce means I can't just Toxic it, but it's slow and doesn't really do much, so I'm not really worried about this mon. Girder, Aiden hasn't brought in all the season, so I do not care about it. Roserade, Roserade's set up fodder for Blacephalon. Blissey is also set up fodder for Blacephalon. And Duosion is scary, but it's a 1 point that he hasn't brought this entire season. I really don't think it's going to come because I have Blacephalon. To go right into the team I built, I decided to go with like a substitute Calm Mindset because I figured that the Roserade or the Blissey was going to come. And if I'm in the front of the Blissey and I have it behind a sub, he can't really do anything to me. So I would just spam Calm Mind until I'm +6, and then 2 KO with Fire Blast, and then I'm going to get the speed boost from the Beast Boost, and then I sweep his entire team with Blacephalon. That's basically what this entire thing, like that entire set, is for. Next is Torn T, Knockoff, Heat Wave, Air Slash, U-Turn. I'm running Air Slash because I don't want to miss Hurricane. Knock just to get rid of items because it's the best move in the game currently. Heat Wave to hit Celesteela, and then U-Turn to get out whenever I need to get out. And I think I just run enough speed to outspeed Garchomp. Next is Gallade, Ice Punch knockoff, Swords Dance, Dream Punch. If I get a Swords Dance off, and I think I win with this mon, nothing can really kill me. And at +2, I just sweep everything. Drain Punch gives me longevity. Knockoff gives me good move against this freaking Mega Sableye. Yeah, this mon's really good this week. Next is Slowbro. So far this season hasn't died. It's very fat, can tank its physical attack. His physical attackers really well. Ice Beam for Garchomp, Scald for everything else, Teleport Slack off because it's basically just standard Slowbro. I don't think I've literally not run a non-standard Slowbro set this entire season. The only thing that really changes on Slowbro is item. Next is Specs Guzzlord because he has no fairy type, so Draco Meteor can kind of go brr a bit because Metagross doesn't really want to take a Specs Draco from this Mon, especially since it can also take a Specs Dark Pulse and get one shot. And same with Celesteela. Celesteela doesn't want to take a Specs Fire Blast. And then last slot on this Mon is Toxic, because when you don't know what to run, you run Toxic. Last and certainly not least is Nidoking. Pretty standard Nidoking set. Sludge Wave, Ice Beam, Thunderbolt, Earth Power. Pretty self-explanatory for all of these, why they're coming. Sludge Wave and Earth Power Stab, Ice Beam for Garchomp, Thunderbolt for Celesteela. To get right into the match, he brings about what I expected. He has to bring Feraligatr and Garchomp. That's his only real ways of winning this game. Rotom Heat gives him some maneuverability as well as a way of dealing with Torn. Mega Sableye and Celesteela are his backbone, so I really just have to focus on getting rid of at least one of them. So I decided to lead Guzzlord because looking at his team, I'm like, there's very, very little chance that he leads Garchomp. I was definitely expecting like a Sableye lead or a Rotom lead. So I figured that Guzzlord was the safest lead. But I really don't think I should have switched there either. Because I feel like Garchomp would have definitely. I feel like I just kind of played too predictably there. But yeah, here I learned that he has Giga Drain. I don't get the burn, and the Scald does around 12%. I believe this is in range of normal Celesteela like percentages. So I have no idea what item this is, and I'm thinking that is weakness policy Celesteela. Just because it doesn't have leftovers. So here I'm dumb. I go straight into Blacephalon like an idiot. Blacephalon was my win con, and I definitely just completely forgot the game plan of setting up in front of Roserade or Blissey and winning. But instead I try to set up in front of Celesteela, knowing full well this Mon gets Earthquake. And I have no way of really dealing with this Mon. As I learned from this Fire Blast damage that it is Insect Assault Vest. Now that Blacephalon's dead, my entire like plan has gone to shit because it's AV and it also just got a +1 special defense boost from Beast Boost, so I have to go into Gallade here and knock into Drain Punch, as it's just able to Air Slash me and just take a fuckload of my HP. Here he goes into Sableye again, so I go straight in my Guzzlord because this is my only real way of taking Dark type hits and as well as Ghost type hits, and I don't really care about getting burned. Get a nice 69%, nice on that Draco as he Toxics me. And I just have no reason not to go for Draco again as I get the crit. This is the one time that you do not want to get a crit because, as I said on the going over his team in my matchup, I don't want Feraligatr coming for free. And this just allows it to come in for free and click Dragon Dance against my Guzzlord, and yeah, I lost. There's no way for me to win this. Crunch was actually a roll, but it was completely in his favor. I literally only had like one roll in which I lived this move, and then I had to get the Scald burn on this Mon in order to even have a chance. So yeah, GG's. I think I played bad, but I got a crit when I didn't need to get a crit, and yeah. There's nothing I could really do about that. This is a pretty fast game. But, I mean, I still made playoffs, so I don't really care about losing this. But now I'm actually 3rd seed in the division overall. And, like, I think 6th or 7th. Like between both divisions. And since playoffs is done by overall, like, differential, like, win-loss ratio, I think I actually end up playing either Dozer Dave again, which I don't want to do because I actually don't win that matchup at all, or the loser of the 1st and 2nd seed match, which hasn't been played yet, which is Pace and Cam. I'm not looking forward to playing either of them, but I'd rather play them because at least I don't have an 85% chance of losing to Dozer Dave. So, yeah. GG's to Aiden. This has been kind of quick, but again, this match is pretty much over in 2 seconds, so see you guys in playoffs.